pitiable, contemptible. Pitiful, wretched. Pitiless, hard-hearted. Pittance, any small portion or meager allowance. Placate, to bring from a state of angry or hostile feeling to one of patience or friendliness. Placid, serene. Plagiarism, the stealing of passages from the writings of another and publishing them as one's own. Planisphere, a polar projection of the heavens on a chart. Plasticity, the property of some substances through which the form of the mass can readily be changed. Platitude, a written or spoken statement that is flat, dull, or commonplace. Plaudit, an expression of applause. Plausible, seeming likely to be true, though open to doubt. Playful, frolicsome. Playwright, a maker of plays for the stage. Plea, an argument to obtain some desired action. Pleasant, agreeable. Pleasurable, affording gratification. Plebeian, common. Pledgee, the person to whom anything is pledged. Pledger, one who gives a pledge. Plenary, entire. Plenipotentiary, a person fully empowered to transact any business. Plenitude, abundance. Plenteous, abundant. Plumb, a weight suspended by a line to test the verticality of something. Plummet, a piece of lead for making soundings, adjusting walls to the vertical. Pluperfect, expressing past time or action prior to some other past time or action. Plural, containing or consisting of more than one. Plurality, a majority. Plutocracy, a wealthy class in a political community who control the government by means of their money. Pneumatic, pertaining to or consisting of air or gas. Poesy, poetry. Poetaster, an inferior poet. Poetic, pertaining to poetry. Poetics, the rules and principles of poetry. Poignancy, severity or acuteness, especially of pain or grief. Poignant, severely painful or acute to the spirit. Poise, equilibrium. Polar, pertaining to the poles of a sphere, especially of the earth. Polemics, the art of controversy or disputation. Pollen, the fine dust-like grains or powder formed within the anther of a flowering plant. Pollute, to contaminate. Polyarchy, government by several or many persons of whatever class. Polycracy, the rule of many. Polygamy, the fact or condition of having more than one wife or husband at once. Polyglot, speaking several tongues. Polygon, a figure having many angles. Polyhedron, a solid bounded by plane faces, especially by more than four. Polysyllable, having several syllables, especially more than 3 syllables. Polytechnic, pertaining to, embracing, or practicing many arts. Polytheism, the doctrine or belief that there are more gods than one. Pummel, to beat with something thick or bulky. Pomposity, the quality of being marked by an assumed stateliness and impressiveness of manner. Pompous, marked by an assumed stateliness and impressiveness of manner. Ponder, to meditate or reflect upon. Ponderous, unusually weighty or forcible. Pontiff, the Pope. Populace, the common people. Populous, containing many inhabitants, especially in proportion to the territory. Portend, to indicate as being about to happen, especially by previous signs. Portent, anything that indicates what is to happen. Portfolio, a portable case for holding writing materials, drawings, etc. Posit, to present in an orderly manner. Position, the manner in which a thing is placed. Positive, free from doubt or hesitation. Posse, a force of men. Possess, to own. Possession, the having, holding, or detention of property in one's power or command. Possessive, pertaining to the having, holding, or detention of property in one's power or command. Possessor, one who owns, enjoys, or controls anything as property. Possible, being not beyond the reach of power, natural, moral, or supernatural. Post-date, to make the date of any writing later than the real date. Posterior, the hinder part. Postgraduate, pertaining to studies that are pursued after receiving a degree. Postscript, something added to a letter after the writer's signature. Potency, power. Potent, physically powerful. Potentate, one possessed of great power or sway. Potential, anything that may be possible. Potion, a dose of liquid medicine. Powerless, impotent. Practicable, feasible. Prate, to talk about vainly or foolishly. Prattle, to utter in simple or childish talk. Preamble, a statement introductory to and explanatory of what follows. Precarious, perilous. Precaution, a provision made in advance for some possible emergency or danger. Precede, to happen first. Precedence, priority in place, time, or rank. Precedent, an instance that may serve as a guide or basis for a rule. Precedential, of the nature of an instance that may serve as a guide or basis for a rule. Procession, the act of going forward. Precipice, a high and very steep or approximately vertical cliff. Precipitant, moving onward quickly and heedlessly. Precipitate, to force forward prematurely. Precise, exact. Precision, accuracy of limitation, definition, or adjustment. Preclude, to prevent. Precocious, having the mental faculties prematurely developed. Precursor, a forerunner or herald.